Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and believe it or not, we're back with another Kraken, this time in the Tier 7 German battleship, the Brandenburg, which I'm trying to think if it was a campaign reward. Yes, I think it was. Its specialty is brawling and secondaries, and it was the secondary meme ship for some time, taking over from the Bismarck. But nothing special about this build, but there it is. We spec pretty much into secondaries with our legendary epic mod for our secondary reload. And then as far as captains and inspirations go, again, we're spec'd out to brawl. We lose in main gun range, but we are going to give those secondaries a good run. I've still got will to rebuild on here. Fight fire with fire. Both have their merits. But for this game, I just left will to rebuild on, although I wasn't expecting anybody to be anywhere near me for will to rebuild, because I was going to go out and brawl, and what a mistake that almost turned out to be. We're started here across on Seacap. We've got a Friesland with us. I don't know what the cruiser is beside us, but he is, I think it's, no, it's not a Charles Martel. I'll have to check again at the end of the game, because I didn't bring up the team sheet at the beginning on this one, so I don't have it to show you, but it will probably pop up at some point during the game. So we look out across there. We've got a Heinrich. We know that he is obviously going to be built for secondaries as well. I've got 11.5 on mine, so we're not quite detected yet. We could have put fire on him if we weren't fully spec'd for secondaries. And then we look and we've got a Mainz CE, not the Mainz, and that is the way to tell the difference, whether or not you've got a seasoned player or a wallet warrior, or perhaps somebody that just sat out the Mainz campaign that became the CE and then decided to buy the ship itself. But it has slightly different specs than the original Mainz. Now, I had HE loaded because I wanted to support our destroyer as he pushes into the cap. As you can see, that is contested, and I'm getting shot at across the top, so I'm thinking there's actually 2 cruisers out there, not 1. But we're going to plop some HE across that Heinrich, because if we get a fire on him and he damage controls it, then we can do the same again. But it looks like he's turned out of those shots. There's the torpedoes. Well, we've got 2 sets of 3, so that's either a Japanese or it's going to be a Pan-Euro. Now, has this cruiser got his sonar running? Because that Mainz, there we go, it's the Scorn. So here we go. Battleship captains who say that it's a cruiser's job to shoot at destroyers. No, it's not. It's everybody's job to shoot at destroyers. If you can get rid of this guy early on in the game, he's got no smoke. He can't hide. The Friesland's probably got his sonar running as well. And the Friesland picks up first blood. I think our secondaries would have finished him off had the Friesland not managed to. But we switch immediately across to Armour Pearson, and I see a battleship out there, but it very quickly disappears. But looking at the shadows of the ships on the map, we've got at least 3, and that Friedrich is pushing into B cap. Now, for some reason, the ship well behind us is a Bismarck, which is also a brawling German battleship, but for some reason he seems to spend the majority of the game back there. So has he built for range and accuracy and just done away with the brawling? But that is not what I wanted to see. Here comes a full salvo from the Iowa, so we slam it into reverse. We try to turn into that one, and I think we get a little bit lucky there, but now we've got to get back up to speed before he gets a reload in us. We've got that island in front of us. It's given us a bit of cover, but we are spotted. That Heinrich is across there on B cap, and to be honest, I'm expecting a full broadside from that direction, but thankfully it doesn't come. So we're going to get back onto that Iowa. The dispersion on this is awful. It's terrible, but we do hit him with the secondaries, and we get the first stack on our epic secondary mod. So now that the destroyer's out of the way, I know we've got a mines there, I know we've got a hipper, I know we've got the Iowa, so we've got 3 ships in front of us. You'll notice that the cruiser is just out there to my right hand side, and the Bismarck is probably 8 k's behind us, and I'm thinking, what on earth are you doing out there? I don't know what I did with that shot there, but it was one hell of a shot to kill that cruiser. But I do expect there are torpedoes coming, so I'm switching direction and I'm going to head towards that island to the front of us. The hipper is there. I know I've got ships on my right hand side, but we've got a cap, and we're going to defend that, and we're going to push these guys. And to be honest, this is one of the problems with hiding behind an island all the time, is that if somebody is closing into you, then unless you've got supporting fire from a flank, you cannot get your guns over the top to do anything to the guys that are pushing. You're literally a sitting duck, and this Iowa is a sitting duck for me as a brawling German battleship. He knows that he is in trouble. Now that hipper is running sonar. I think he's expecting me to go round to the right there and through the gap, because he's turned out and gone away, and this is where experience comes in, because I thought he's probably going to try and I'm trying to remember, has the hipper got torpedoes? Can't remember now. If he's got torpedoes, he's probably going to try and put them through that gap. See, this is the thing, I just know that the jam spammers fire an HE all the time and it gets annoying, but the hipper's also very big on his armor piercing. So there is the Heinrich, and so I am going to push around the corner 3.5 k's, less than 3.5 k's to the Iowa, but I'm not going to put my main guns on the Iowa. I want those front turrets on that hipper, and I know that the way that he is bobbing and weaving, that he is coming in for torpedoes again. Can we get across the top of there? A couple of shells go over. Here we go, there's the torpedo. Slam it in reverse, hard to starboard, turning. Is he going to get some more off? I can't get my torpedoes on the Iowa. We'll put some out there just in case that hipper carries on sailing straight. But good night, Mr. Iowa. You are off the map and back to port. So that is, dare I say it, it's a very good example of an aggressive push with a brawling battleship. And I don't play battleships, as I've said so many times before. But here we go. Hipper's there. I'm waiting for all these guns to be up. There's 2 turrets. Let's spread the shots a bit, and we still can't kill them. Bloody hell, what's going on here? But there we go. The secondaries pick them up. That is 3 kills. We've pushed the flank. Has the Bismarck pushed up yet? Yes, he has. He's there in the middle of sea cap. The cruiser is still way out on the flank there, and we are now going to switch our attention to this Heinrich. And obviously the Heinrich has lots of secondaries too, and he's allowing his secondaries to take care of me while he tries to take care of the cruiser that is there in B cap, kind of sandwiched between everything. Not a place that you want to be. And for some reason my main battery reload seems painfully slow on this when I've got big juicy targets like this sat broadside to me, and then somebody else gets that kill. Absolutely devastated. Absolutely devastated. That was a sitting duck, and that should have been mine. There's 2 destroyers and a battleship left. I have no idea what the last battleship is, but we'll find out soon enough, because there is Mr. Black, and that cruiser has not got a lot left on him. But I'm going to have to push into this cap and try and basically get onto this Black and do something to him, hope that I can get around the corner with my secondaries before he disappears. Now the question is, was he firing his guns? Because here we go, give the turrets a chance to get clear. He's in reverse. That means he's not going to be changing speed very rapidly, but there we go. And now I realise that something terrible is going on, and that I may be about to die because the other destroyer is in B cap, and I have a full health key out in front of me. That's not what I want to see. I don't like full health ships at this stage of the game when we've nearly got a win in the bag. And I know he's got a lot of guns, and all I can do is try to keep him in secondary range. I am spotted, that's obviously the key. We dropped detection for a moment. I'm going to need to turn into him. I know he has torpedoes too, but there's the Z-23. He spotted the Friesland has them. I'm thinking, am I on for Kraken here? No, the Friesland gets them. So here we are. We are sweating for a fifth. The key has the hit point advantage. I perhaps have the position advantage. I definitely have the secondary advantage, but I want this kill. It will be Kraken number 131, and after I picked up that monster Kraken in the Flander the other day, I think I need to change what I say about not playing battleships. I think what I need to say is I don't play battleships often, but when I do, I try to do my best, and sometimes I surprise myself. But there we go. Now this key is staying broadside. He's only doing that for one reason, and that's because his torpedo angles are absolutely awful. So I'm just trying to let all my secondaries get onto him, and then I'm going to turn in and round. There we go. We didn't have much notice of those coming in. And if those torpedoes miss, then we still have another rack coming up on the starboard side. But they connect. We take the fifth, 152,500 damage with 5 kills. We didn't even get that cap because the Friesland had it. But we finished second overall for the team, 2453 base XP. Friesland did a good job in taking that solo cap and dispatching the destroyers. So all in all, a very difficult game to play, but we used our head and we got the job done. So I hope you've liked that one. Don't forget to smash the like, leave me a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you want to donate to support the channel, there is a link in the channel description. Until next time, stick around, click one of these, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now.